Hi everybody, how are you all today? I hope you're well. I've been busy in the kitchen today. It's been good to be back in the kitchen to do oils and lotions and things like that. So I made some yummy lotion with some cocoa butter. I'll do a video of that again soon, where I can show you the new little thing I'm doing with lotion. And then I made some face oil for a friend, and I'm going to be putting that, so put it all together and then shook it up, and now it's sitting, it'll sit for a little while to get all mixed up really well. And then I mark it on the top, of course, face oil, the date, and who it's for. And then I'm going to mix that in because I'm going to give her a little amber bottle. I'll put it in there, and then I'm going to give her a couple of the little face rounds that I have in a lovely brand new bamboo face cloth to steam her face with. So I'm excited I got that done today. But I have been promising you some new stuff that I talked about in a video a while ago. And so today I thought it would be fun to do the hair pomade, or wax. Pomade is a very old word. It's a very old recipe. It used to be, you know, made for men mostly, but this is basically, it's a wax, and it can be used women's hair, men's hair, short, long, kids, whatever. And it's super simple to make and super long lasting, all natural, great fun. So I'm going to be using these little tin containers that I found on Amazon. They're very handy for this little recipe, and I'm going to be making my small batch. There's a large batch, but really this lasts for a super long time, so there's really no need to make a really big batch. And we are going to be using beeswax, shea butter, and some infused oil. We do not need to use a thermometer because all it is melt and pour. And then a couple of essential oils. But you do not have to use essential oil if you're sensitive to it. I have 3 friends who cannot tolerate any kind of essential oil from any company. They've tried everything. In fact, that's what this lotion is for a friend who can't tolerate essential oil but loves cocoa butter. And it just smells really good. It smells like chocolatey goodness. So I'll have to come back. We'll do that another time. I'll show you that new recipe that I put together. But now let's go ahead and do the pomade or the hair wax. So all we do is we have a double boiler again, like we normally do. And I'm using the glass measuring thing. So what we're going to do is 2 tablespoons of beeswax, and 1 teaspoon. That's not it. This measuring batch has a ½ tablespoon in it, and I love that, but sometimes I forget that that's what that is. And mix that up. Okay, we're going to turn the heat up on the pan. Now, next, we're going to get some oil. So I'm using the infused lemon balm oil that I made because it's one of my favorites. I'm just going to measure that in. This year I added making infused calendula oil and also chamomile. And I love the smell of chamomile. So I'm planning on putting together a nighttime balm with the chamomile in it to, you know, calm and help get some sleep. Okay, so next is the shea butter, and that is also just a tablespoon of that. All right. And then we're just gonna, never waste the shea butter. Never let that go to waste. So now we're just gonna let that melt together. And like with anything else, whenever you're cooking something for lotion or oils or whatever it is, you do not want to put the essential oils in while you're cooking it, because they're all natural and they'll just evaporate. And we don't want that. For this, I'm going to be using some cedar wood and some lavender. I like that combination for my hair. But you can do, you know, whatever combination makes you really happy. My kiddo, he likes mint peppermint, so I'll make this with peppermint for him, and then he can crunch his hair up with it. And that's a lot of fun. Soon, I was just talking about making some new recipes, so I'm working on that. I just started, I found an organic emulsifying wax, so I've been experimenting with that. This is not it. I have another, it's in a different container, but I like it, but it doesn't have, like, I didn't like the smell of it. So when I was making some lotion for a friend who couldn't handle any essential oil, I was trying to come up with something that would be pleasing. And so I started using the cocoa butter. I checked to make sure, and yes, cocoa butter was fine with them because it has such a lovely odor of chocolate, and it's really great for your skin. It's, you know, it's lovely. So I put that in the lotion, and it's really quite nice, and then it adds so much more moisture even. So that made me happy. And so then I came up with that new thing. So next I'd like to try to do some, like I said, some balms. So I've been experimenting with the balm for face, and I've come up with one I really, really like. For a very light, I put it under my eyes every night, and of course around here, just all over my face, but here particularly, that are very, you know, very tender skin is under your eyes. And so I put that on at night, and I've been really happy with it. And it's a different little balm mix that I had come up with, so I will do that with you guys also. But so we need to make a list. I'm working on making a list for you. I thought next time we could do the face balm that I've been doing, because it is really lovely and very simple to make. It's pretty similar to everything else that I'm doing. The only difference is it's really about the infused oils. It's about the herbs. The herbs just do wonderful things. So for example, this one is plantain. Plantain is not considered an herb, it's considered a weed, but it has so many great qualities to it for skin. And then I have the infused lemon balm, and that one is soothing. It's very soothing. And then I have the calendula and the chamomile now. And it's just pretty amazing what it can do for your skin. So I'm excited to share that with you. But those are the things that make the big difference. So I know that, you know, not everybody grows all their herbs, and I don't either. I bought the calendula and I bought the chamomile, I'm hoping that I can add that to my gardens next year, the calendula and the chamomile. They're not hard to grow. I just haven't added up that. If you follow all of my videos, you know that the gardens are pretty well packed, and I just have been working on, you know, adding and figuring out what I want to grow there. And those are two things. But you can purchase herbs that are clean, organic, in various places. A friend of mine suggested the San Francisco tea. I think it's San Francisco Tea Company, and they carry herbs, and that's where I got my calendula and my chamomile. It's not super expensive to buy them, and then all you need is your oil and your jars to infuse them. So you can do it whether you have a garden or not, and it doesn't take a lot of time. I'm sure I'll do another video soon of straining some of my oils that have been sitting, and I'll talk a little bit more about how you do that, and then, like I'm showing you now, what I use it for. Okay, so we have it's all melted down, and we're ready to, I'm just gonna let it cool just a slight amount, because we don't want it to still be cooking. And thankfully, with granite, it disperses the heat pretty quickly. So, like, I can hang on to this now, and I couldn't just a second ago. So, as soon as that starts to do that, before it starts to solidify, that's when I'll go ahead and add my essential oils. So here's some cedar wood, and I'm going to put about 8, 9, 10 drops. And then here's some lavender. And that I will do double. I'll do 20 drops. And I'm sure you've noticed I have 2 different kinds of essential oils. I'm very neutral on essential oils and companies. I am really just about showing you how to use the stuff, or showing you how I use the stuff. Not about the companies in particular. What's important is that they're pure and clean. That's all. And then you go with whatever makes you happy, because I'm a true believer in that. All right, so there it is. Now, see how simple? That was so simple to make. But they're very hot, so I don't want to close them up right away because I don't want to cause condensation in there. The water always brings bacteria, and then that becomes mold. So we try to be very careful and make sure water doesn't get into the balms, because then they can, well, this one's the hair wax, but then they can last for a very long time. I have at least a year shelf life. Lotions, not the same. This is natural. It has no preservatives in it. There's beeswax in it and vitamin E oil, which are considered a preservative, but they still don't last very long. They last a month, 2 months at the most, and that's because there's water in lotion. And so I don't recommend making really big batches unless you're doing it for, a gift or a wedding giveaway, and you're just doing that right before the wedding in little containers. Then you can make big batches. But I used to, I got all excited when I first started making this. I'd make huge batches of the lotion, and then, it went bad soon. So I learned my lesson there. Anyhow, so after this cools just a little bit, it needs to cool down pretty well so we don't create condensation underneath the lid. And then I'll stick the lids on, and then we have hair wax, or if you want to be old-fashioned, pomade. for at least, well, till you run out, or a year. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Next time, what did I say we'll make? Oh yeah, we'll make the face, the face balm for under your eyes. Can't wait. See you then. Have a beautiful day out there, lovelies.